It's been a rough few weeks for Donald Trump, mostly because Donald Trump. So he's been looking for a way to change the narrative, and yesterday he made a big announcement.
We're going to have a very, very big announcement to make, like as big as it gets, and I won't tell you on what.
Desi Lydic doesn't just roast Donald Trump. She surgically dissects him with the precision of a late-night scalpel and the sarcasm of someone who's seen too many bad reality shows.
So his announcement is that he's got an announcement? Cool. It's great to have a president who does teaser trailers for world events. It's like when FDR said, "We only have one thing to fear, and I'll tell you what it is after the break." But okay, Donald, can you at least give us a hint?
It'll be one of the most important announcements that have been made in many years about a certain subject.
A certain subject. That narrows it down to literally...
Desi doesn't even need to exaggerate. Trump's presidency provides its own punchlines. The man campaigns like it's still 2016, governs like it's 1984, and tweets like it's 2009.
This really feels like it's spiraling out of control. It seems like the smart move is to back off this whole thing. But Trump's team has been adamant that they will stay the course.
This is not a negotiation.
It's not the kind of thing you can negotiate away.
I don't think there's any chance that President Trump's going to back off his tariffs.
The president made it clear yesterday this is not a negotiation.
Trump posted this morning, "My policies will never change."
Well, that's it then. They're in it to win it. Full speed ahead. From the window to the walls. Skeet, 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 motherfuckers. Trump's policy will never, ever change.
This is CNN breaking news.
The president announcing just minutes ago that he's now, quote, authorized a 90-day pause on some of his new tariffs.
What? The trade war's over?
She begins by marveling at the sheer audacity of it all. A man who could turn a press conference into a talent show, treats every controversy like a cliffhanger and every fact like an inconvenience. It's less about policy and more about publicity. He's not running a government. He's managing a brand with the subtlety of a car salesman on his last bonus week.
Tonight, Trump's first 100 days gets certified rotten and fresh. The Declaration of Independence dies of embarrassment, and we'll find out why America's GDP is shrinking. Ozempic. So let's get right into it.
Will there be a little disturbance?
She dives into the chaos that has become America's daily routine. The morning starts with a press release, the afternoon collapses into confusion, and the evening ends with him declaring victory over something no one was competing for. Desi paints it vividly. The Oval Office as a green room, the staff as unpaid extras, and the cabinet meetings as episodes of a reality competition called Who Can Agree the Loudest. The winner gets a photo op, the loser gets replaced.
Kick things off with meme coin entrepreneur Donald Trump, who also moonlights as President of the United States. Yesterday, he went to Fort Bragg to give a speech to his favorite men in uniform who aren't in the Village People. He was there to commemorate the 250th anniversary of the Army, so of course he ended up discussing Joe Biden.
We had a grossly unfit president. And by the way, I've known this guy for a long time. He was never the...
Desi calls Trump the first president who's allergic to accountability.
This is Donald Trump, so his big announcement could be anything from "I've achieved peace in the Middle East" to "I just tried bucatini and I'm never going back to regular spaghetti." At least tell us if it's good or bad. Should I be stocking up on champagne or toilet paper?
It's very positive. I'd tell you if it was negative or positive. I can't keep that out. It is really, really positive.
Okay, that sounds really positive. But I want to temper my expectations here because the last time you had a positive announcement to make, it was that you were...
She reminds viewers that Trump's version of truth is like fast food. Cheap, addictive, and bad for your long-term health. It's designed for mass consumption, not critical thinking. He repeats something loud enough until it becomes its own reality. Facts don't matter, feelings do. Specifically, his. Every event is recast as proof of his greatness, even when it's a disaster. Desi says watching him handle a crisis is like watching someone try to put out a fire with gasoline, then brag about how bright the flames look. She doesn't stop at policy, she goes for the personality. and somehow the crowd keeps singing along. Desi calls out the absurdity of a president who talks about unity while tweeting insults before breakfast. It's the duality of chaos. Preach order, practice confusion. His definition of loyalty is simple: agree with him or get labeled an enemy. She jokes that if mirrors could talk, Trump would fire his reflection for low enthusiasm. It's less self-awareness, more self-promotion, and the gap between the two could fill every empty hotel in his portfolio.
Trump's been in office for 100 days, or as he likes to call it, longer than any president in the history of the world. It should be a week of celebration, but tell that to the economy.
Economic alarm bells. The U.S. economy contracting by 0.3%.
The contraction in the economy, first that we have seen in years, in fact.
America's economy is shrinking.
Yes, the U.S. economy is undergoing what economists refer to as a George Costanza.
She digs into his economic achievements, the kind that sound impressive until you look closer. It's all optics, the illusion of growth powered by temporary gimmicks. Desi likens it to a magician pulling a rabbit from a hat, except the rabbit's on loan and the hat's on fire.
But again, Trump wasn't there to talk about Joe Biden. He was there to talk about America's proud military history. And that went great, too.
Recently, other countries celebrated the victory of World War I. France was celebrating, really. They were all celebrating. The only one that doesn't celebrate is the USA, and we're the ones that won the war. Without us, you'd all be speaking German right now. Maybe a little Japanese thrown in.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. Why would we be speaking Japanese when they were on our side in World War I? Well, I think it's because he said World War I, but what he meant was light bulb.
Desi can't resist tackling his obsession with image. Every photo op is a production, every handshake a test of dominance, every smile a campaign ad in disguise.
Now, obviously, the economy is a complex interaction of multiple markets, so it's difficult to point to any one factor, but it's all Trump. It's Trump. It's Donald Trump. The fact is, Trump just does not do well with the GDP, unless GDP stands for get that pussy, which sadly, those numbers are also down.
His leadership style, she continues, can be summarized as improvisation meets intimidation. He governs by mood swings and headlines. Decisions are made not in strategy sessions, but in bursts of impulse. Somehow, people still buy tickets. Desi's laughter carries an edge sharp enough to cut through denial. Every joke she delivers is a warning disguised as wit, a reminder that the spectacle isn't harmless entertainment, but a slow erosion of seriousness. Because when the highest office in the land becomes a comedy routine, the nation becomes the audience in a tragedy disguised as a laugh track. The punchline? The show's still running, and Trump, the current president of the United States, remains its overconfident star, self-directed, self-absorbed, and spectacularly unaware that the rest of the world isn't cheering. They're watching, amused and alarmed, as he performs his presidency like a never-ending rerun of absurdity, giving Desi Lydic endless material for her next ruthless roast.